Hi, I'm going to try to explain how I did these wedding invitations with a ribbon and a wax seal. And here's the final, what they look like. They'll be put into the envelope, but they'll need to be hand canceled because of the seal and the ribbon, which is not a big deal. You just ask the person at the counter to give you the stamp, and you can do it yourself to cancel the stamp when you mail them so they don't get caught up in the machine and ripped up. Okay, so the tools I have are I have a glue gun here, but instead of glue sticks, I have wax sticks that I got online. And I also have a pair of really sharp fabric scissors, really important, especially with this organza ribbon because you don't want a rough cut. It needs a really sharp pair of scissors. And I use this fondant smoother, but you can use really any flat, non-porous plastic, metal, glass. You could take the bottom of a glass, but I use it to press the wax and make it as flat as possible. And then I also purchased in advance these wax seals from a company called Artisaire. You can get any color, any monogram, whatever you want. But I really learned the hard way that is definitely the way to go, to either buy these in advance or make them. I tried to do a wax seal on this ribbon with my stamp, and you can see how rough the edges are and messy it looks. So I definitely recommend getting these made or making them yourself ahead of time so they're more consistent. All right, I also have this, I'm using this 2-inch organza ribbon, and I pre-cut all of these just to make it easier, to 22 to 23 inches. And it doesn't really matter what the ends are like right now because we're going to trim them up. So we'll get started. Just put that down flat. Here are the pretty wedding invitations. They're Crane, and we got them at the Dotted I in Concord, Mass. So put that down somewhat in the middle. And then these come with tissue paper, sheets of tissue paper. And then I also cut a little piece of parchment paper just to protect all of it from the wax. So I just did for these a simple loop to make this ribbon. And you basically just tie it once and tighten it up. And then I just put my finger down in the middle. And then just adjust the tails to the angle you want. You can do it straight up and down, at the angle, whatever. And just get it kind of how you want it. And then I just spread my fingers a little bit and take a dollop of hot wax. It's probably about, you don't want too much wax, but also you need enough to hold it all together. So it's probably about maybe a 1/2 inch in diameter. And then I just take this flat surface and I push down on it and just push as hard as I can to get it as flat as possible. And then while that's setting, I take the opportunity just to trim the edges of the ribbon. I like mine to go to the edge, you know, close to the edge of the paper, but you can cut them as long or as short as you want. There we go. And this one, there we go. And after this is set for, 20 or 30 seconds, you should be able to pull it right off like that. And sometimes this is okay. Sometimes if I get a little bit of extra wax that's gone outside, I'll take my scissors and just trim it off, being careful not to cut the ribbon. So just throw that away. All right, and so then that's how I want it. I just take another little dollop, just a tiny dollop of wax. And these wax seals have an adhesive on the back, which I actually don't need. So I'm just going to peel that off and make sure I have it right side up. And just press it. I press it pretty hard just to make them as flat as possible. Hold hold it in place. And then there you go. Very simple. And if there's other things to go in the envelope, there usually are. This one has wedding weekend details sheet and then the reply cards for everybody. You can put these in however you want. I'm just going to slide them under like that. And then we'll stuff them in the envelopes, and it was really fun. So each one doesn't even take a minute, especially when you get into the rhythm of it. It's really fun. Blast some music and have fun. Thanks.